The Hellfire Gala has come at last. What is up, everybody? Lines on Paper here, and this is my review of X-Men number 21 and the Hellfire Gala up to this point. So the Hellfire Gala is a mega event put on by Marvel Comics, pretty much encapsulating the entirety of the X-Men books. And this is going to be a 12-issue crossover mega event, basically revolving around the X-Men throwing a prom dance and who's going to show up and what are they going to be wearing. That is the storyline. So yes, there are plot threads and things coming out of this, but as we've been led to believe all summer, that's what this is. It is a big fashion show featuring the mutants of Earth, and they're going to be inviting celebrities and Avengers and everybody else, and it's going to be a big shindig on the island of Krakoa. So there's been a lot of speculation. Is the story going to be any good? Is there going to be something worthwhile here? How are they going to stretch this concept over 12 issues? Well, we have our answer as we have the first third of the event already over in the first 2 weeks. I gave the first 2 weeks a pass because, quite frankly, not a lot happened. 2 books came out last week. They were both kind of meh. I read them both. It was really hard. I felt like, if you ever seen this movie, The Never-Ending Story, and remember the scene of Artax, the horse, trapped in the swamp, that was my experience reading the first 2 chapters of the Hellfire Gala. And no, it did not improve with this week's offering. But I put this off long enough. It's time to talk about it. And, oh, my God, even talking about it is going to be a chore. So, X-Men 21 is kind of the end of the first chapter of the Hellfire Gala. The first 2 were just kind of fluff, mostly people getting ready for the dance, people showing up to the dance, people at the dance. And, you know, if you ever wanted to see exciting things such as Madrox the Multiple Man tending bar, or Professor Xavier and Magneto dressed as David Bowie kissing Namor's ass, then by all means, this is your book. I mean, good Lord, what more could a comic book fan ask for except for compelling storytelling, great action, good artwork, and awesome storytelling? So, and I've heard a lot of people, they've commented on my videos, I've talked to them on threads, and they're basically saying, you know what, Lines on Paper, this just isn't for you. This story is for another fan. This is not for you. The days of X-Men that us old fans are used to are just over. And what are you replaced with but this Milan fashion week of a comic book that we are being forced to endure right now? And you know what? I accepted that when we were speculating on what this storyline was even going to be, and how they were going to stretch this over 12 issues, because I admit I like a certain type of X-Men story. I come to the X-Men for a certain product, and this is not it. But there's a point out there. This book has drawn up a lot of media attention. This is, I think, my 3rd or 4th video talking about the Hellfire Gala. I wouldn't have reviewed this book if it wasn't so well covered. I probably would have, honestly, I would have skipped this chapter of the X-Men and not even read these stories, but I talked about it so much at this point, I have to review them. But now that we've seen it, I can say that all this is a bloated, boring, pretentious vanity project of a writer who's taking a book in an unrecognizable direction. And if there's an audience out there for this, then more power to them. But I find it hard to believe, because regardless what kind of comic book that you're into or that you like, there are still things like facets of storytelling, character development, some kind of hook, something to relate to, something that keeps you wanting to turn the page. And for the life of me, as I'm reading the Hellfire Gala, I cannot find that. I expected a book like this to be laden in character moments. I wanted to see X characters interacting with characters outside of the normal X-Men universe, having interesting conversations. I want to see maybe some X-Men that from the past that we haven't seen in quite a while making a return here to the gala. Maybe somebody like, I don't know, Sabra or Maggot, or I don't know, anybody. Pick an X-Man who hasn't been in the pages of the book for a while. Give them a moment here. Where have they been? What have they been doing? How about a reconciliation moment between Cyclops and Wolverine, where we find finally find out what the hell their throuple relationship is all about. I'm getting none of that here. And part of the reason is it's hard to have character moments with the X-Men when they are not acting like the characters that they are. And it's time to address that elephant in the room, because for this entire run of the X-Men, they have been acting like strangers wearing X-Men costumes. And it's getting to the point where it's almost intellectually dishonest to keep the name X-Men on the book. I mean, what are we even doing here? What are we seriously doing? Emma Frost changes her outfit in every single comic book, and that is one of the main attractions of this storyline. Are you serious? I mean, Wolverine is just kind of working the front door at this party. Madrox is waiting tables. Is this really what you want to see for your X-Men? I mean, is it me? Am I doing this wrong? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills here. I feel it's like I'm the only sane person in a crazy world where this book is out there. This book is selling so well, and every time I talk about it, its defenders are coming out of the woodwork. And again, I gave them a pass while we were waiting to see what this story was going to be, but the story is here. The story is bad, and it is boring. And every book of this that I'm having to read to try to understand what this storyline is like trudging through quicksand while wearing parachute pants. It is a chore, and it is hard. I actually had to read this book in 2 sittings because I got so bored and felt myself actually falling asleep trying to keep up with just this inane storyline and plot. And then just the pretentious ideas, the way the X-Men act and talk to people about their elegant election that they have by connecting all their minds and instantly voting a new team of X-Men, which is a pretty generic team of X-Men, I must say. Marvel Girl, Rogue, Cyclops, Polaris. Oh, well, there we go. There's something new and exciting. Yeah, you've got Sync on there. Laura Kinney as Wolverine. I think any X-Men team without Logan is an inferior X-Men team, but again, that I will admit is my opinion. I'm a Wolverine fan. I think he should be in the X-Men core title. That's just me. But, that's not what we get. So, oh my Lord. My comic book Malevolent Rising is still funding at Indiegogo. I'm going to change the subject because I'm going to start cursing, and I don't want to. This channel has been swear-free for the most part all this time, and I'm going to keep it that way. Please check out my book. Back to this. I want to know your opinion. Did you read X-Men 21? Have you read any of the Hellfire Gala up to this point? Is it what you expected it? Has it exceeded your expectations? Did you think it was going to be good and realize that it's utter garbage? Did you think it was going to be garbage and was confirmed? Do you like this direction of the X-Men? Are you excited for the fact that, by my count, we have 9 more comics focusing on this book? Now, X-Men 21 ends on a cliffhanger where Emma Frost links everybody's mind, and they're going to make their big announcement of what the hell this is, what's going on, and what the X-Men are going to be doing. And I'm assuming that's going to be in Planet-Sized X-Men #1, which I believe comes out next week, because it ends right before she makes her announcement. But she sure does spend 2 pages talking up how epic it's going to be. So it better be, and quite frankly, I don't know why we couldn't just have that one book to explain this. If you just want to launch a new direction of the X-Men, put a new #1 out. Don't give me a 13 or 12 issue bloated garbage book just showcasing clever, what you think is a clever idea. I like Jonathan Hickman a lot. I really, really do. I don't see what he's doing on this book. His vision is lost on me, and it's been going for a while, and I have read literally every issue that he's written, and I just don't see it. I really don't. I've stuck with the X-Men. I was going to drop them. Then the Hellfire Gala happened, and out of morbid curiosity, I stuck around, and I had hope in the back of my mind that a writer of Hickman's caliber could surprise me, and maybe he still could, because like I said, this trudge of a story has 9 books left to tell. So maybe it'll turn around. The first fourth of this storyline is, thank God, over. It cannot be over soon enough for me. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Also, while you're down there, please hit like, subscribe, help the channel grow. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate you sticking around on this little rant of the X-Men books that I had to go on, and I will see you in the next video. Talk to you soon.